Hello, as you may have noticed, we are trying to provide you with the communique on a more regular basis. Right now there are three very important things that we're covering: the open enrollment and CARF, and both of those are going to be short term obviously. And then we're trying to also provide a real emphasis on social media and helping both our local offices and our individual employees have a better understanding of social media and its impact on our organization. One of the things I also wanted to mention though is that we're really grateful. We've had this last week with the communique, we had over 150 people open it up and about 20 that didn't, so we've got a really good opening for that. And I've got something at the end of this video presentation that you'll want to pay attention to so that you can walk away with a $100 gift card. One of the key things though, if this communique is really going to be effective, then we really need you to be able to share this information and reaffirm this information if you are responsible for a staff meeting or a clinical staffing. While much of this information will be repeated or in a different format for our weekly newsletter, it really does need that reaffirmation from our leadership. And one of the reasons we started the communique was because when we were out in the field, some of our leadership were concerned because they often didn't find out that information until the same time that the individual employee did. So we're trying to help you get a head start and become familiar with it, and that way if you have any questions, you can let us know what is taking place. I want to take just a moment. I realize that not all of you are involved in the CARF survey, but most of our service lines are, and we really want you to know how much we appreciate the diligent effort that you're making. We know that many of you are feeling a lot of pressure, and we want to make sure that that is balanced with a recognition that we're going to be fine, but we really do want our individual employees to know we appreciate all the effort that they're making, and that while this is a sign to many external stakeholders that validates our services and what we do and the level of care that we provide, we know that it can be a very tense time while we're in prep for that survey. So please let your folks know how much we appreciate it, and you as leaders, we especially want you to know that we're very thankful and grateful for all that you've done to get things in shape for that survey. Also wanted to mention that I've been hearing from bits and pieces about individuals when there's a local story that relates to PFH, and it could be both positive or negative, and sometimes they're saying, why didn't I know about this? When I am aware that a story may be breaking in a particular market, I do try to contact the local leadership and let them be aware of what's taking place so that if there are external calls or confusion or questions, that they have at least a heads up on it. I'm not always successful with that. I'm not always aware that certain stories are going to take place, but I just mainly wanted to convey to you today that if you ever have a concern, if there's some employees that are sort of stirred up by something, or they're confused, or they have questions, always feel free to get in touch with me, and I'll do my very best to let you know about that situation. Very, very few stories really are needing to be shared with the entire organization because they're usually very limited to a local geographic area or a service line. But I wanted to convey to you that if you ever have any concerns, I'll do my very best to be as forthright with you. Sometimes there are legal issues, or it may be a personnel matter, and I'm limited in what I can say, but we will do all we can to be transparent with you, and so that you can share that information with your staff if needed. Also, I wanted to mention that we want to do a little bit of a giveaway just to let you guys know we appreciate the work you do. I think we'll probably do it for about 3 of you. We'll do a $100 gift card. So if you will do in the subject line 100, but do not send it to reggie@pfh.org. If you do, you're not getting $100. What I'd like for you to do is look in your communique, and if you'll go down, and I think it's the bottom left hand of your communique, you're going to see a lot of different resources. If you're wanting promotional items, it's who to contact. If you're wanting signage for your building, it tells you who to go to. If you're needing a brochure or a business card, it tells you where to go. And one of those says communique. So if you'll click on the communique, and if you'll put in the subject line 100, then we will give out 3 $100 gift cards to some of our leaders. The reason you're receiving this is that you are either providing leadership at the local level, or maybe at a more wider arena, or you actually support services at multiple locations. You may be working in our accounting, or maybe HR, or quality management, and we want to make sure that you're in the loop on what's taking place. but the majority of you are in a key leadership or supervisory role, and that's the purpose of this. So we really rely on you to use the information we're sharing with you from week to week to convey that to your local staff. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great week. Appreciate it.